So in this one, I want to chat about, I guess, deeper thinking, right? Deeper thinking with money, but you can use this with anything, with health, with business, with relationships, whatever, right? This is human behavior, right? Psychological human behavior 101, essentially. So something that we see a lot of, with goal planning and just life in general is superficial goals, superficial thinking, right? So like one-dimensional thinking where we say, let's say for example, hey mate, what goal do you want? What money goal do you have? I want to be rich. Okay. And that's a very common goal, right? Or might be I want a property portfolio, I want an investment portfolio. That's their goal, right? And we all know if you watch my stuff long enough, that's not really a goal. It's superficial, right? It doesn't actually mean anything. It's just it really should be a stepping stone to the goal, but we get caught up in from thanks to society, we get caught up in thinking this is the goal. But we've got to stop blaming, completely lodging the blame in society and with school, etc., because the reality is, yeah, school might not and life might not have taught us XYZ with money, XYZ with health, right? But the whole curriculum from Western learning and education isn't about, I guess, the actual. It's not supposed to be about the subject. It's supposed to be about the process behind those subjects and how to get to an answer, right? The problem solving or the research task. That's what we're supposed to learn, and then we're supposed to be able to apply that to a myriad of other things moving forward, right? And then what you think about is that's what school is about. That's what education is about. It's about building these processes and these systems in ourselves on problem solving and research, etc. As we go through and we go to university, doesn't actually expand that, right? That's the fundamentals we're supposed to use, and then we're supposed to narrow that into a field. And then as you go to your master's degree into a PhD, it gets narrower and narrower, and you get better at applying those fundamentals into a more niche area, right? And diving more into that topic. And that's what I think we mistake is we think, oh, I wasn't taught this at school. No, you weren't taught the answer. You weren't given the answer to this thing, right? But you were taught the fundamentals on how to find the answer for yourself. So if we start with, let's say money, we'll start with money, we'll start with my area, and we say, okay, most people go, I'll go write down your money goals. And like I said, it'll be property portfolio, investment portfolio, home, be rich, right? Just real superficial shit. When if we use the problem solving technique, what we should be doing is going, okay, so your first answer, I want to be rich. Okay. Next question should be that you should be asking yourself is, why do I want to be rich? Okay. Well, I want to be rich so that I can travel, so that I can be free, so that I can be secure, so that I can buy this home, so that I can buy this car. Now you're getting more detailed goals, right? More detailed goals. And then we want to take this further and we want to align purpose. Okay. So why do you want to be free? Why do you want that car? Why do you want to be able to travel, right? So we do the five whys. And why do I want that? Well, I want to be free so that there's no stress, right? So there's no stress. I can wake up every day and just live my best life. That's a goal, right? That you've just gotten to the bottom of that goal, but you could go again. Well, why is that important to you? Well, it's important to me because I want to live. I want to be stress free. I want to be genuinely happy. I want to be fulfilled. And we can dive that down. Then we go to the other way. And we say, okay, well, why do you want a car? Why do you want that car? Oh, well, it's been my dream for a long time because it provides status, it provides comfort. Maybe I just love cars, right? Well, why does that important to you? Why is status important to you? Well, and you break this down, right? And we keep doing this over and over again. Now that's me talking about money, and that's the process we use when we dive into clients' goals. But it's not. That doesn't mean well, that's the answer for money. That doesn't fit. That fits with everything. Using that process, that problem-solving technique, fits with everything. Yeah, we can sit there and say with your health goals. So what are your health goals? I want to lose weight. Okay, why do you want to lose weight? Well, I want to lose weight because I don't feel comfortable in my skin at the moment. I don't feel okay. I feel too heavy, lethargic. I want to be able to move better. Why is it important for you to want to move better? So I can keep up with my kids. Okay, well, why is it important that you keep up with your kids? Well, I want them to be able to enjoy an active lifestyle and be able to enjoy that with me, etc. Right? And we can dive in. So we can use this technique with anything, right? So it's really important that you start understanding and stop blaming schooling and blaming that stuff, because they actually did give us the techniques. You're just not applying them to everything else. You're just expecting the answer to have been handed to you, right? There's not enough time in school and not enough attention span to learn everything the world has to offer. But we have the techniques given to us that we can do it. So you've got to stop with that shit. Stop with, I should have been taught this at school. I should have been taught. You were taught how to do it. Now get off your ass and go and use those techniques to get to the bottom of what you need to do. All right? That's what you need to do. Because what that needs to breed is a proactive mentality over a reactive mentality. And what I mean by that is we put so much focus on reactions rather than being being proactive to things, right? Like, for example, if we say, let's go real heavy for a second, like cancer research, right? So many people put focus on when one of our family members is affected by cancer, and we've all had someone, we get really heavy on the cancer research side. Let's cure cancer, right? Let's cure it. Why don't we just take a step back and dive into that deeper and say, well, why don't we just focus on preventing it more? Healthy lifestyle, covering up from the sun. It's obviously not going to get rid of it, but prevention is going to be a much more drastic way to reduce the impact of cancer than trying to find a cure for it, right? And as humans, we don't accept consequences for shit. We don't accept the consequences, and then when it happens, we expect technology and we want to find let's fix that. Let's cop the consequence. Let's let the consequences happen, but then let's not accept it and try and fix that. Now, I'm not saying that cancer research is bad or anything. I'm just saying that we focus on the wrong path. Same with our fitness and our health, right? We eat, and then we get heart disease or we get fat, and now we go on to see PTs. Now we're going to drastically do some diet. Why don't we just prevent it? Why didn't we focus on the prevention methods prior, right? We're roller coaster people. Same as money, right? It's the exact same as money. Most people go and see someone when they're 50, when they're 55, and they're coming into retirement. Oh, fuck, I've done it wrong for so long, and now I'm rushing. And then, like I said in my post the other day, a professional say, mate, you're too far gone, bro. Those goals aren't achievable. You're shit. Why can't you make that happen? Because you didn't prevent it, right? You want the cure to something that's not curable. And that's what we've got to focus on, right? And take that mentality. So the two things out of today's video, take the mentality of the questioning techniques and the problem solving techniques and apply that across everything you can, right? Relationships, health, money, whatever. And then start focusing on being proactive over reactive. Yeah. Same as, all these professional services, all these people that are out there, psychologists, accountants, and all this stuff, we always go to them as a reaction, right? We go to psychologists. Most people will go to psychologists when they have a breakdown or something, when we probably could have prevented that thing from happening if we were using them prior, right? So I've learned that the hard way, and I now use my psychologist as a prevention method. Same as physios, chiropractors, usually go to them after we've had an injury to rehab, but we probably never would have had the injury if we were going to them prior as a prevention method. Again, I've learned that the hard way as well. An accountant, we always go to the accountant because, it's tax time, I need to get my tax return done, otherwise I'll be fined or whatever. And then we start asking about how can I save on tax? Well, it's too late. If we thought about the prevention methods from this year to next year, using the accountant for that, we could have had a much better result and not had this problem. Financial advisor, I'm coming 5 years out of retirement. How do I retire? Well, fuck, I don't know. You tell me. If you come to me 20 years ago, you wouldn't be in this position, right? You'd already be on track for your retirement. Shit like that over and over again. We go to the doctor and get blood tests when something's wrong. Why don't we get blood tests just to stay on top of our health? Why do we go and get vitamins and minerals when we're sick rather than having them to prevent us from getting sick? Why do we do anything? But why do we go to a doctor, or we go to these things when something is wrong, but we don't go there prior to make sure that we're still okay, right? We're always waiting for that worst case scenario before we do something about stuff. And that's fucking backwards, man. So backwards. We really need to start trying to take a step back, and how can we get on top of shit early to prevent bad things from happening? and not only prevent bad things from happening, but make good things happen, right? I just said it myself, we are very focused on always preventing or fixing bad things. Why aren't we focused on making good things happen, right? And that's what these services and things should be there for too. It shouldn't just be band-aids over wounds, right? It should be growth, it should be that kind of stuff. So 2 things that I want you to think about today is to really focus on, one, the problem solving technique. Like I said, we might not get taught shit in school, but we get taught the techniques to solve problems, and that's all you need. You just need to do a bit of work around that to add whatever products or outcomes you need in there. And then secondly, become proactive over reactive, right? Stop using shit, from health to money to whatever. Stop using shit to fix problems and start using to make things better before the problems occur. All right, that's it from me.